to get there. So I appreciate all of his hard work, and he's a great teammate. Paul Boris.
Thank you.
The thing that sticks out of my mind with Paul is on a hot August day, during a break from morning to afternoon session, coaches and I were driving past the field down in front of the district office, and there was a player hitting the sled. We had no idea who it was, and really thought we should stop and kick that person off because we couldn't imagine it was going to be a football player after the practice that we just had, and it was Paul. Next up, Ty Warrior. Although I have, I of course like everybody on the team, Ty Warrior is one of my favorite kids. I'll tell you that one of the most exciting things that happened this season was when Tyler ran that kickoff return against Sun Valley, and selfishly, and I talk a lot about selfless, but selfishly, I'll remember that moment, not because we scored a touchdown, but because when Tyler scored, he made a beeline, and I just was sort of waiting for him, and he was making his way to me, and sort of kind of knocking guys out of the way to get to me, and gave me the biggest hug, and I gave him one back. Trust me, I yelled at him too. Next up, Matt Bruce. Matt was the quarterback of our defense. Matt was the one that made sure everybody was in right position. Once again, we sort of shuffled Matt around a little bit to find out not where his best position was, but where he could best help us. And once again, that's the definition of a selfless player. Very intelligent, very knowledgeable in the game. Next, Caleb Coleman. No, he's not a running back. No, he's not a kicker. He's our left tackle. Once again, the thing that you don't see, and we talk about relentless, it's tough to see the backside block when Anthony's running, a touchdown, or Josh or Jordan are running the ball, or Zach or Barry. But usually you see Caleb Coleman from the back side on the left side working all the way to the front side. And we work on that. That's not an accident. However, it's very easy not to do those things. And Caleb Coleman prides himself on being a relentless football player and not using his size as an excuse. So you have to be a really tough type of player to go against guys from the other team that are twice your size, and Caleb does that. Rafael Morales. Rafael is a great kid to coach. He throws that smile at you and almost brightens up your day sometimes. So good, and a real good teammate, but dedicated to the program. He had an injury late in the season, but really worked hard in the off season. So that's what I expect from Rafael coming into this new season. Billy Mullen. We try to limit our players from going both ways because we think that it's a benefit in conditioning, and most high school teams do send guys both ways. But Billy was a two-way player for us, a defensive end and tight end. And I've had a lot of fun with Billy, and he's raised my blood pressure a little bit too. Right, Billy? But all joking aside, an absolute pleasure, a very good football player, and as the season progressed, so did his game. So next year, I'm really looking for great things. Arthur Perot. The kid gave the nickname to his side of the ball when he plays cornerback is Party Island, because he's like on an island out there, and every time you try to throw the ball, he intercepts it. So we can't complete many passes at practice on him. And really, kind of came out of nowhere because he didn't necessarily do bad, but he didn't necessarily stand out, and really started to take notice of his talent and his skills, and led the team in interceptions and just a great football player. Alex Petrek. At the end of the season, Alex was a two-way starter for us. I know I'm usually selfless for a lot of the players up here, and that's a good thing, but you have to understand that in the beginning of the season, Alex went with the fullbacks and Alex went with the linebackers. And right now, Alex is our right guard and our defensive end. And sometimes that can be difficult for a high school player to accept, but that's what we needed from Alex, and he certainly did that and did it very, very well. A really, really good football player, and I'm really looking forward to the future for Alex. Joey Todd. Joey was a quarterback last year, then he was at slot, then he was at split end, then he was at corner, and then he was at safety. So once again, whatever we needed him to do, he did, and had